Welcome to the Tri-County Gun Club's orientation tour, including its rules and regulations. Hi, I'm your host, Al Coper. I'm a lifetime member, original charter member, and member of the board of directors. I'm also proud to be a life member of both the NRA and the ISRA. For a little history, let's go back a ways. In the early 1960s, there were 4 gun nuts: Ray Johnson, Ned Dresden, Rich Ford, and myself, riding home from a gun show. The subject of having a place to shoot came up, and the location that is now the Tri-County Gun Club. It was at that time an old quarry that contained mounds of leftover material piled high on the quarry floor, and the rest was very wooded and rough. I remember Rich Ford and I hunting rabbits amongst the piles of material. On April 28, 1965, the 43.5-acre club was founded by 20 shooters that had a dream. Through many gun shows, chili and oyster suppers, and the hard work of a growing membership that is now upwards of 400, we now own and enjoy a facility that offers just about any venue in the shooting sports. Being a mandatory item and a refresher for existing members, let's go over the Tri-County Gun Club regulations. Let's go to number 1, A. Tri-County Gun Club Incorporated, its board of directors, officers, and other administrative and operating personnel are not responsible for accidents, injury, and personal property theft or damage occurred on club grounds. B. Duplication of any club key is not allowed. C. Club property must be respected and not intentionally damaged. Club property includes buildings, roads, trees, berms, range equipment, trap houses, target frames, target supports or mechanisms, incinerators, barrels, signs, all electrical equipment, and so forth. D. Club property may not be removed from the club grounds. E. Property belonging to special members, as defined later, and organizations conducting matches using Tri-County's facilities may be left on the club grounds with permission of a club officer, as long as it is properly identified and stored. The Tri-County will not be liable for this property. However, any club member damaging or removing this property from the club grounds will be disciplined as if it were club property. F. No alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, nor anyone under the influence of the same, are allowed on club grounds. G. No hunting is allowed on club grounds. H. No tracer, incendiary, armor-piercing, ammunition, nor illegal explosive devices are allowed on club grounds. I. No fully automatic weapons may be fired anywhere on club grounds except by law enforcement agencies conducting scheduled training. J. Special member events shall take precedence over regular members when the range time has been scheduled for a special event. Range maintenance and mowing shall take precedence over all shooting activities except scheduled events. We'll cover more on this as we take a tour of our facilities. As we pass through the entrance gates to the club grounds, we notice a sign on the gate. Every year, the gate key gets changed at membership renewal time. Once membership renewal deadline has been reached, the old padlock is taken off and the new is the only one left. You'll also notice numerous of these signs posted by the club. They are posted in the entire perimeter of the club property. As you continue down the road leading into the range, you will discover the ever-present rules and regulations signs that are posted everywhere. These are to remind you of safety issues and to keep your place neat and tidy. Let's review some range rules. First, the shooting hours for all ranges are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. At the trap, only legal shotguns and no slugs. the rifle range, only legal rifles, shotguns, and handguns. At the pistol bays, only legal rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Note, rifles may only be used in the first 3 bays. On down the hill, we'll come across pistol range 1. As you can see, there are reminders of some rules and regulations and also trash removal. There are barrels at most of the ranges to put your garbage in. Remember, no live ammo is to be discarded in any burn barrel. It shall be taken home with you. Right next to range 1, there are a couple of buildings. They're used by the IPSC shooters and the gun club. There are also a couple of safe areas. There shall be no ammunition carried to these locations. Let's continue on with the range rules under section 2. Let's start out with E. It has to do with targets. 1. Members must supply their own targets and target stands. Then, targets must be placed in such a manner that fired bullets will be stopped by the appropriate downrange berm, ricochets will be prevented, and no club or range equipment will be damaged. 3. Targets may not be placed on top of downrange berms. 4. The following types of targets are not allowed: glass, explosive containers, and any type of target that could cause damage to club or range property, environmental damage to club grounds, or personal harm to anyone on or in the vicinity of the club grounds. 5. When finished shooting, all non-burnable targets, including fragments, must be removed from the range and taken home for disposal. Burnable targets must be placed in the marked incinerators provided. Only people pre-authorized by the club officers are allowed to set fires in these incinerators.